it looks like a train wreck. So we're going to start with the cover, and also welcome to part 2. So I'm hoping that our microphone is fixed, because on the last video I know it was sounding a little rumbly. I'm going to start with, that's the back, this is the front. So I chose the green polka dot with the succulents, and it is 6 7/8 wide by 9 7/8 long. So let me do the layout a little bit here to show you. And plaid's got to be there. And I know that I used the door on the inside, but I got to use it again because that's just got to go here. So I do want that underneath there. I should have cut this one a little bit longer and have it barely underneath the black and white. So bring the door down onto the plaid. There we go, a little bit more. And that's from your a 4x6 cut apart. So you do need that extra sheet. And then our ephemera pack, which is just everywhere over here because I went crazy with it. It's just adorable. So many cute cards are going to come out of this. And I'm going to leave the square with the round sign. And we will be placing there, welcome to our front porch. And out of my ephemera pack, watering can plant. Oh, it's going up here. Bicycle. I do wish that that was bigger, but that works. And then I chose the rain boots over here by the door. And oops, you've got some really cute, smaller, different ones that have journaling spaces on them. Sign. I mean, you could even make like a really cute dollhouse. You know, if you were doing a shadow box dollhouse. Sorry, I'm just looking for the one I had to sign. And then what a lovely day. Oops. We can kind of have it hanging up over our door. And then across the top, though, I'm going to be using from my sticker sheet this border piece across here. You could even put it along your plaid. Let me bring this out. But this border piece will help with the plainness. So I'm going to cut this to 6 7/8, the same width as my paper. And what I do is I'm going to turn this upside down and put it in my big cutter, and I'm going to, whoops, I'm going to cut it, and then I do use my wet adhesive with it also. So we have that all cut. I can save this piece for inside decorating. I just need to put that where it won't get hurt. Now, I'm going to move the book so I can give you these sizes. Because that reminded me of the wallpaper in the house. So I cut this one 5x6 from a scrap. 2 3/4 by 6 7/8, the same width as my green matting. And of course 4x6 for your doors. This is 4 1/8 by 6 1/8. 2x3. So 2 1/8 by 3 1/8. And we'll start by matting these pieces. I'm in love with this collection. It has so much personality and so many different uses. And these are the two we need to mat is all. Another cute one I may change to, no, it's Home Sweet. Yeah, I may change to Home Sweet Home. We'll put that. We'll see. I already went and inked all my edges with the black. So now I'm going to put down my cover. We don't need a closure because this book, the way it sits and lays, it'll close just nicely. Sorry, I'm just letting shipping know on an order. There we go. As I work during the day, I also have to kind of watch my shipping. They do send messages. I'm going to lay this piece down at the bottom, but let's go ahead and lay this down because we need to check the placement. Since this is going on top, we need to check that first. And our door is pretty good. We just want to make sure that this is up enough. I want that to be a focal point. So I'm going to mark it with a pencil, and then I'll just raise it a hair above my little pencil mark so you don't see that. And then I'm leaving a little over 1/8 of a border, a little more than that, maybe 3/8. No, not 3/8. Not quite a 1/4, maybe. It's just a little bit of the green showing. Plaid is going to go down next. So if you can kind of imagine it, even though it goes across, that would be our welcome mat to the door. Kind of what I'm visualizing at the front door. A lot of paper crafting is that visualizing. Okay, now the piece that I cut 6 7/8, I want to first make sure, yep, it's perfect. And I've been touching it a lot, plus I want it to be permanent. So we're going to add the adhesive. And this just adds so much to the top of our book. Now, before I continue to adhere everything down, I do want to do a little laying out here. I took out the front door, so we have the Home Sweet Home could hang right there. A lot of cute things that can be used from our ephemera. And what I'm looking for is just maybe something not so, there we go, not so many words, just that will fill in for a picture. I even thought of Live Simply, but with Home Sweet Home, we don't need another word of home. I was hoping for a bird's nest. I'm just not seeing a bird's nest. but I do see some flower, just floral. Let's check this one out. I like that one better. Okay, let's go ahead and start laying things down. And I think I'm going to pop up my porch on some foam dots. See, I've got black. Add a little dimension. What we do. I always add adhesive. Bicycle. Now, unless I was thinking of popping this up, but I really don't like to just do the plain paper, so we'd want to back it in some black cardstock if you want to pop it up. Otherwise, you just risk tearing this, so you'll have some little bit of fussy cutting there if you want to pop that up. And then our boot. And then I'm telling you, the wreath is a little plain, so we are going to be doing some decorating. We're going to add a ribbon to our wreath. That's just too plain for me. And on top of our door, home sweet home. I'm going to use just a twine. Keep it rustic here. I don't want it to be too big, so let's just go with 3 fingers and wrap that around. And your middle will be a little off-centered, so you'll just pull that over, wrap that around, and let's tie those 2 ends together. Now I'm going to slide it off. There we go. Center those. Sorry, little teeth action right there. Keep that in the center. And then I have a flower that is going to be sitting on there. And it will hide that knot that's a little off-centered. And you can use a real flower, or you could even use, So we have this whole package right here too. And then of course you have your florals here. And you definitely could use this one. That was too big. It's going to have to be a smaller floral. There we go. So if you want to use your stickers, they do work. You just add your adhesive. And we, of course, need our enamel dots. Just making sure I got everything on there. I did. And these are the matching enamel dots. And on the handle, this isn't really a black. It's, I don't know, it's a brownish black. Then we have those two little spots right here. Let's go yellow. Those little dots will just add some color to. Go green. Anywhere that you just think you need to add a little interest or texture without, you know, the dog's snoring. Can you hear him snore? He's still in a lot of trouble. That's all I can say. Anywhere you feel maybe you need some interest or dimension. I'm sure you can. Oh, no. I didn't count first. Don't have enough black ones. So let's go green. I already have adhesive there. Oh, I did have enough. Well, that's what I get for looking. Excuse me, you know it'd be really cute here? If they had made a tiny little welcome. That would have been really cute to put on your door. But I don't see one. And that's my cover. For the spine piece, oh, these are fun too, these sticker sheets. These are your little 4x6s. They're really quite a bit smaller. And they're made for like your planners. But you get, oh my gosh, you get so many stickers. But they are small. Or they're for, like I said, planners or really small projects. What I like are the 1.5 by 1.5. So, why don't we do a love grows here. The door just needs a little more. Too bad there's not a no soliciting, huh? That'd be funny. Whoa, that's one sticky little guy. To have a no soliciting sign on there would be really cute. The weather's getting better and the solicitors are all going to be out. There we go. Kind of dresses up the door. I think I'll just leave these out and use it in my travel notebook. And for the spine, I am turning this sideways. I chose the stripe and I cut it at 2.5 by 6 7/8. I'll inch that up. Remember, I had a little trouble when we did our cover. This is the wrong piece. Oops. Sorry. 2 3/8. I'd already inked it and everything. So 2 3/8 by 6 7/8. I just wasted that piece. That one was just a little bit big. So you have hinges there. Don't be afraid to push down. You won't hurt the hinges. And for my back piece, the bicycles, 6 7/8 by 9 3/8. And I'll just leave the back plain so I don't tear up anything, any embellishments I put on there. I am actually going to be wrapping some twine around after we get the pages on. And there's our cover. So let's go ahead and mat the inside. And then if you remember, we have the waterfall and the side pocket that will open this way that we will do and put on. But first, this is the one I cut in the very beginning for the top. And again, there's 6 7/8 by 9 7/8. And then I chose the yellow for the bottom. Because the last page, we have a lot of floral and different things going on. And I just decided that being a little more plain will look better. And then I do have a little piece of the plaid because the waterfall is going to sit more to the bottom. And this is what I cut off that one piece, and I saved it. So it's going to go across the top. Okay, we'll come back and we'll get our waterfall all taken care of, and then it will go down here at the bottom. But let's put it, we're gonna put our pages in first. And I need to turn this upside down. So you're gonna be looking at my paper upside down, 6 7/8 by 9 7/8 again. Oh, it's time for a new bottle of glue. love the cover. I really do. It's just different. Pages. Let's grab our pages. Let's make sure that they are in order. Page number 1, page number 2, page number 3, and page number 4. So before we do put these in, and these might be a little different than what you're used to, and you can work on them, which might be easier. Let's work on them from the side, like a normal book. Of course it is a normal book, but the other orientation. But you want to make sure that everything's going to slide on your hinges easily, because we can't put our hand in the other side like you might be used to. There we go. If you can kind of squeeze that side there. Check our fit. Getting just a little resistance there on something. And you don't want to put your adhesive on if something's giving you fits. And it's usually that 1/2 inch that we did with our page. Now I'm going to lay this flat. I'm going to do it a little different. Taking my art glue, and I'm just reaching inside there with that fine tip. Otherwise, go ahead and put your glue on the top of the hinge, or you can put it, I'll show you on the next one. I'm doing it this way because this guy is being a little stubborn with me for some reason. I don't know why it's being on me, but it is. That's fine. But I think I won the fight. Okay, what I usually do is add my adhesive at the top, whether it's score tape or glue. I mean, that is a easy way to do it, but you don't get to see what I'm doing. It's just for some reason it did not want to go on there. So let's try this one. I'm going to open that. See if I get the same problem. I'm sure it's because of the thickness of some of our pages. Oh, this guy's being a booger. I would turn the camera off and then, you know, fix everything, but I really think that you need to see that sometimes it can be a struggle, and it's okay. It's part of creating from scratch. Woohoo! All right, it's because the page is just so tight. Once you put those flaps on, it does flatten that out. So let's see what we can do here. Let's go ahead and add our adhesive to the top because it is going to squish down. Okay, let's get our hand in there, and then I'm just kind of squeezing each side. Yay. And then I want to make sure, which is pretty much going to be perfect on the sides because your hinges are square. And they're just an 1/8 of an inch shorter than your page. So this will just take a minute when you're using a wet adhesive. Page 2 is this way. Okay. Let's hope it goes on that easier after we add the adhesive. Oh, yes. I love it when it goes on. Wait a minute. Backwards. Oh, goodness. I'm cursed today with this. There. Oh, man. Okay, clean up the glue. Good thing art glitter glue is so forgiving. Let's really push that down. And the nice thing is you can always add more adhesive up there if you need. Open that. Kind of pinch those together. They're laying nice and flat, so I'm happy. And page 1 is to go this way. Now I'm not going to try the fit. I'm just going to take the leap of faith because everything else has been fitting okay. This is a thick page. Our very first one was pretty thick, but I think we can do it. Yay! I should have just taken the leap of faith on the others. Open it so we can get down to that page. I'm going to be adding the black and white strips there too. So that's going to cover up any of my glue that doesn't dry, but most of the time the art glitter glue does dry pretty nice and clear. And there we are. And then if you need to go back in, you definitely can get your tip in there, but mine are all down nice and flat. These are heavy pages. They are so cute. Okay, let's go ahead and grab first one. Oh, so one thing to decide too is remember, if you're left-handed, you might want to have your pockets this way so you can reach in, or a right-handed, either one can go this way. And I'm going to put it over this way just a hair. But let's go ahead and we're going to mat that, and we'll mat our waterfall, and we're going to just decorate those pages and be done. I'm going to start with the waterfall. And for the waterfall, I cut, and we didn't use a lot of this, so I really wanted to get that pink in there. 4 1/8 by 6 1/8, and it's going to be on the top. And then the happiness comes from within will be my top sheet. So the rest of the pieces are going to be 1 inch by 6 1/8, and I'm using the black plaid all the way down. And these are the strips that are 6 1/8, and they're just a little wider than 3/8 of an inch to fit inside of there. So I'm going to leave the rest open. And you know, it seems to be a cool thing to do now. Everyone is doing it, and I like the look. So for this right now, I waited. We'll cut that in just a minute. And it saves paper, because when you think about, we're just going to cover that up, you know, it's okay, and it makes it so your waterfall isn't so bulky when you add your either pictures, or if you're going to add recipe cards, then it won't bulk up as much because you don't have that other layer of paper. But you definitely can cover the whole thing, of course. And it's nice that the cut apart fits perfectly on there. I always like to start waterfalls with something that, you know, means something. So as I go, I will then add my strips. I did not ink the edges of these because they're small and I'm messy. And I wanted to keep the pink going with the front. And you know what? Let's start at the back because it's easier to have some different color there than just the black paper. And again, these are 1 inch by 6 1/8. These are a little over 3/8 of an inch. Cut them so they fit to your liking. Then they are 6 1/8 of an inch wide, the same as the bottom border. And now I have that contrast. I can see what I'm doing. Yes, I did ink the edge. I did the pre-inking. Yeah. That's my strips. That is the one. Now, let's figure out what we want to do here. We have some blooms, and I'm leaning towards more blooms or plaid. And then the greatest moments down towards the middle a little bit more because we're covering that up, but you can definitely also add blessed right onto there, which that looks cute. So let's stick with the plaid. And it is already 1 3/4, but we need to cut it. And I believe this comes out to be 5, yes, 5 3/8. And we need 2 pieces. And we're not going to make it with this one, but I will with this one. I'm keeping them the same inside and out. So 1 3/4 by 5 3/8. I have a little more of a border because I want more of the black to show. And then I am going to take this little cut apart here. I'll show you. I'm going to cut it down so that it's the same width as my paper. I don't want it to stick over the edge at all. So it's little. But the green just kind of pops. So 1 3/4. Let me see. No, it looks like I'm just going to take a little off of each edge, turn it around so we can keep it even. And not cut off any of our wording. Clean that up if you don't have a sharp blade like me. Getting worn down. And the foam pad's getting worn down. And I like it there because it kind of then brings my flowers more together right there since we're covering it with the band. And we do have to pay attention to that magnet if you're using wet adhesive to make sure your paper is down. Grab your book. Now, because I have this, I didn't want this too close to grab this onto that flap. So we're putting this down. Well, I'm putting mine down here at the bottom. And I had, but I cut it. This is going to, let me cut it. I want to cut this strip. So it needs to be the six and, how wide's our cover again? I forgot. 6 7/8. I'll bring this down here. So it looks like I'm going to do about a 1 1¼ inch border. You could even take your decorative punch to that. Do you want to jazz it up? And the greatest moments in life are the simplest. Oops. And then we'll be using our sticker sheet because everything is so cute. Love it. Now let's put our waterfall down first. I'm leaving about 1/4 inch at the bottom. My fingers inside so I don't get glue on anything. And if that doesn't make you happy, just looking at that yellow and the plaid, I don't know about you, but it just screams happy summertime to me. This is going to be a really fun album. I think I'm going to combine Husband's Garden Adventures, and we are, oh, we got to do this back page. We are doing the backyard, where we used to have our horses. They now belong to a family that uses them for children's youth group and 4-H. So they are now getting the use that they deserve, where we just were too, well, the kids grow, you know, they grow out of them. This piece is 6 1/8 already. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down to, I'm going to go 5/8 so that it covers that spine piece. But our backyard, so we're redoing it now because the kids are all married on their own, and we're turning our backyard into more of a garden. Well, we've always had the garden, but where the horses were, and more of a relaxing oasis. So I think, along with our smoker recipes and the garden, I'm going to be using this for that. with our favorite recipes on one page from my husband has a smoker, and then the garden. It just, that's what it screams to me. And yet still some kitchen. And then I'll be using that one sticker. I'll show you. And if you have 2 collection packs, then you'll have 2 sticker sheets. Tell me that's not cute. Simple Stories did great. I have to tell you, very pleased with this collection. Okay, let's move to the pockets. Right here. I chose, and I'm using from the 6x8 pad, the floral, green on the front, and this color on the back. So for the piece that sits on the pocket itself, 4 1/8 by 6 7/8, and the 2 flat pieces are 3 3/8 by 6 7/8. And I'm going to put this one on the outside, the green. I'm putting the kind of pinky peach on the inside, and right there. Oh, you are getting really empty here. So that's a great place to keep some extra cards, the extra ephemera, coupons, pictures, just about anything. And I did round the corners, bringing in that green. Now from this sticker sheet, I want to take Simply Perfect and Shining Bright, and these will match because they're the same. Whoops, cut. You have a few that are the same, and I'm going to add my adhesive. And I want it to be straight, but I don't want to get glue on the other side. And then we'll match that up. That one says Shining Bright. We'll make sure that's really stuck together. I'm going to turn this a little bit sideways. And this is now I'm going to bring this up to the top a little bit over to my left, and because I'll be going in right-handed, So you definitely can turn it the other direction. Oh, there we go. I can lean that up against me like so. And placement's not too critical. I designed it so that it wouldn't be, so that it would, you know, fit great without causing a problem. Okay, now we need to decorate. The fun begins. I love decorating. We're going to start here with the pocket. And from my ephemera pack, I'm going to take, and this is the nice thing, you can use this any direction. This is just the journaling card, and then the bird in the nest. So I will be using from the journal, not the journal, sorry, ephemera pack with all these things laying out over here that I showed you. We might use some of the little stickers, but we also have our sticker sheet. So that is what I will be using, plus the enamel dots. Plaids are nice to work with, because then you have them to line your things up with. Now this would be a great place if you wanted to like put recipe cards, or if you wanted to write on there what you are putting inside. Scissors. Too much glue. Okay, there's my pocket. I won't do anything to this side of it. Now, if that won't quite fit, just lift that up. You should have some room, but my fresh cut flowers fits. So I'm going to go with that. And then I did cut another strip. It's not quite the length. It's only about 6 1/4. I'm going to use that there with my flower cart. And then some little pieces from the ephemera pack here at the bottom. So it's the flower cart, these guys, and then just a strip. It just needs to fit underneath your flower cart. Mine's about 6 1/4 inches by 1/2 inch, the full 1/2 inch. So we can break up some of the pattern from all the words. Push this down better in just a moment. Diaper rags just about had it. Should we push everything down good? Okay, and there's our inside cover. And on this one right here, I really decided, we'll go back. I had put these, remember we put these in there to mat, so you'll just use your scraps and go back and mat the cards that you want. I decided after this chipboard that we used in that first one not to use anymore, and I'll tell you why. They're out of stock. I can't get any more, and I just had to give the rest of them. Ginger is doing a class, and she had to have them. So I don't have any more, and they don't have any more at Simple Stories either. So let's just add the Gather Beauty down here at the bottom from the ephemera pack, and I'm going to call this one Good, except for, nope, not even enamel dots. I want to leave that just as is. Great place for a 3x5 photo, some journaling, and I'm happy with that. Now for this back. Oops. Did I mess that one up? I did. I lost my pieces and parts. They get moved around pretty easily. Oh, here we go. What a lovely day. So what I'm going to do is just add it to the bottom. Like so. And then some of these little floral pieces. I'm leaning the book against me, so it's sliding. The piece I had here is gone. Pretty sure it just went underneath something. So we're going to change it up using the lantern. Sorry, thought I had the volumes all taken care of. And then do small things with great, and there's a heart. Let's just overlap that right there. And then these were my cut-aparts. Not cut-aparts, but the pieces I need to go back and add my cardstock to. Then I'm going to add our nest right in between, and the reason being is, let's just go down the middle. It's small enough, it won't interfere with any photos or ephemera cards or recipe cards. See, it'll fit right in there still. And then you have your pocket here. So you'll be able to use your cut-aparts and put them inside of there. Oh, one thing too I need to go in and do is I will be adding some other strips. I'm going to use the black. You know, I've used a lot, but it's been a great accent. So we'll go back and do those towards the end. Now from the ephemera again, I have the word hello. And fresh cut flowers. And for the bottom, kind of now keeping with the kitchen, we have the scale. Oh, there it is. And oh, what a lovely day. I'm going to kind of stick that tag. It's the tag. It's a tag from your sticker sheet. So I'll put it actually down first. and the kitchen scales, kind of off center it so it doesn't. There we go. Cover up the wording. We don't need anything on the insides. Oops. We might need to put these guys down, huh? A lot of times I'll add more ephemera after I add my photos. And then I'm going to overlap that so it looks like it's more of one. Make sure that's down. And then here on the Live Simply, I decided to leave it. It doesn't need a lot right there. For that. But we definitely need to add to the green plaid. This is from your 3x4 cards. I did cut it down just a hair smaller. We have this, and I need to just ink the edges really quick on here. Don't have a lot of ink going everywhere on here because I don't want it really black. So this is going to go down, and then from my sticker sheet, we're going to have Live Simply. So I'm going to hang on to that for just a second. And I want to Live Simply because then it kind of matches. Well, I thought I did. Let's see. Maybe I don't. Let's go Bloom. Thought I wanted to match them, and then I see them together, and I'm like, no. So let's Bloom it. Bring it up a little bit on that cut apart. Then I want to add the journal spot just to give it, maybe we'll just go in the center. Yeah, I think we will go in the center instead of overlapping it. So if I do decide, I'll put Rick's garden, maybe, and then the pictures of the garden all in here. And then I can add the recipes all in here, so you've got room in your pocket with all your scraps, and also any of your 3x4 cards and 4x6. And you have 4x4 too, so you can add those into there. Now on this little page, this cute sign, hello there, sunshine, I'm going to have it at an angle, use my pop dots. I want it to look like it's a picture that kind of went sideways. I don't know why, it just looks like that's what it's supposed to do. And instead of using a brad, I'm going to use a dot here in the corner. And then I have, oh no, this is going on the next one. That's all I'm doing on this page. The book is so long, I hit that button. So I'm going to use the fresh bucket, and let your dreams blossom right here on the bottom. We might even add our bird. Yes, I think I will. I like that on the bottom. Let's start here. And what I'm going to do is just leave the edges kind of open. And then I'll slide things in there and add some more adhesive in just a second. Okay, and then I can go ahead and touch up there. More on my bird. like layering, but I can keep going and going and going. I have to watch myself. Nothing needs to be done in there except for you'll want to add cards. And I am leaving it blank because I will be adding some recipe cards. I'm going to bring in some of the peach. Okay, since that's where you want to go, that's where you're going. We are done there. Now on this one, the only thing I want to add are some dots because there's enough here we don't need to take away from that. And I'm going to add the dot on the wheel there in kind of the black. Turn that way. And then lighter green right there. So I do want to add a few more things. I want to add some of these pop dots, especially in the yellow. What I'm doing is I'm kind of going with that middle square here. Cool. So I can add 3 more. Let's bring in, let's just add the green. And the peach. I have a mess. And there we have, let's just kind of go through real quick for you. That if you need one more look through, there will also be the walkthrough to this album. I hope you guys enjoyed making it. And see, as we go back through, I always find some spots we need to add. We need to bring in some yellow. So it is good to go back through your albums and decide if you want to bring in some of these other colors. Which I do. And we basically had done that in the beginning, so we left it at that. You know, I'm going back through here because one thing, this just looks so plain to me. So we've got to add, something here at the top, and that's better. It does need a little more to it. And you have so many beautiful stickers and ephemera pieces with this collection. All right, let's add the heart. Actually, let's bring the heart up here. And the arrow. Man, this glue is just flicking off my fingers. And the book's sliding, sorry. Okay. And this we don't want to do a lot with because we want some room, because we want to add anything else. Live simply, again, you know, just look and see, was there something else you wanted to add? We do have room for our cut-aparts that you still have. Definitely can add anything that you like off to the side. I'm leaving mine just like that. I don't know why, I like that. And we are done. So I hope you guys enjoyed making the album with the new Simple Stories Spring Farmhouse. A lot of fun. It's a nice big size album. Oh, I do want to wrap this so I can see a lot of different things that I'm going to do with this design. So now I'm going to bring, oh, we need to also, let's do this first. So I even cut these. And I just need to cut a hair off. Our page was 6.5. Yes. So I forgot that we aren't done. Let's turn it sideways. So we can make those look great. And as I'm going through and putting these on, I just want to go back through really quick and explain that I don't do the cutting guides and the visuals. I mean, I do a little bit. I'm trying to get really a lot better with it, just so you know. And I give the measurements as we go. And I know some of you like the written guides, but that's why my tutorials are free. That's kind of one of the things that just comes along with a free tutorial. I'm sorry. One of these days I will get myself more disciplined and a lot better, but I just start making albums, and that's part of the problem. I don't write them out a lot. I'm trying to get, like I said, a lot better at it. But I've been trying to do that for 5 years, so. But I do hope you've enjoyed it. So there's I divided the pages in half, 2 and 2. What I'm going to do is wrap this so it's at the top. I hope you do enjoy the tutorials. And like I said, they'll always be free for you. So with the bad, with the good comes a little bad. It's just the way it is. And yes, I'm tying a pretty good sized bow here. I'm going to double knot this. So this would be really cute. You could hang some charms from. I think I'm not going to move it because it's nice and tight. There we go. Bring it over to this side because I have the one here. You could hang some cute charms from there. And there we go. We are finished. This has been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see your finished project. Bye-bye, everybody.